Supadoodle gang, welcome back to sorry. Supadoodle gang, welcome back to I Didn't Ask for Yappuccino, featuring your host Yash. For today's video, I'll be doing a continuation of my last one that I uploaded just yesterday of me ranking Webtoons. That one was my first part and it took me a long time to get through, like only I think 20 or 17 Webtoons. Today I'm going to try to get through all of them so that we can wrap this ranking up because it's been taking us a while. Anyway, if you haven't noticed, our mic is looking a little different. Of course, I mentioned this in my couple of videos back that I want to invest in like a Joanna Sadia little microphone mic for my YouTube videos, because this mic that comes with like phones isn't really working out for me because it's just not working out, because I use tape, if you guys didn't notice in my last videos, to like kind of hold it in this shape so that it's easier for me to speak in. As I was like editing my videos and watching, I noticed how it would like clickety clack every now and then because I like kind of like pinch it and it would just make a loud noise, and that would just like really unsettle the video. So I apologize for that. If you're a little unsettled from the way it looks now, I have a bracelet around it. It's like a pearl bracelet, a fake pearly bracelet, as you see it there. Hopefully it doesn't like have any malfunctions and make the audio sound weird in any way, but I apologize for the way it was before because dang, that was like really annoying. Also, I apologize for going like this to end my videos in like certain parts. The reason I do that is because I split my videos in certain parts before I airdrop them. Excuse me. Before I airdrop them to my iPad, because that's where I edit. Preferably I would film on my iPad, but the quality is trash and the quality is better on my phone. So I have to split it in sections to airdrop it easier, because if it's just like a whole chunk, like a 30-minute video, it's going to take years and it usually fails, and I have low storage, so that just makes it even worse. But that's why I keep like going like this, but I'm going to try to get better at like cutting out when I go like this to like stop it, because it just looks so unprofessional. I'm sorry guys, I'm a noob at this YouTube stuff. I apologize for that. Today is International Women's Day. By the time this video's up, it'll be past that, but anyways, happy International Women's Day. Without further ado, let's get into this video, because last video I was yapping a lot and I'm gonna try to speed things up a bit because we have a lot to get through and I have a lot to say. And before, like, my last video was honestly a nothing burger, because I was just like, yeah, this is good, this is that, we're just gonna put it there. I'm gonna try to be a bit more descriptive with these ones, but I have a lot to say about these ones, I won't lie. So let's get through them. To summarize how our last video was, on the top for peak we have Siren's Lament, or Lament I think you say it, Act Like You Love Me. On our splendid tier, which is second to peak, we have Reunion and The Doctors Are Out. On our alright tier, I changed it to alright instead of I, because I is African American vernacular English and I didn't want to appropriate that. I thought it was funny because it's like, alright, but after editing my videos and like watching and reflecting, I'm like, no, we're gonna get rid of that. I'm sorry, I take accountability. That was not cool of me. So yeah, it's just gonna be alright. These are like, you know, it's meh. We have See You in My 19th Life, Seasons of Blossom, Romance 101, Our Secret Alliance, Lookism, Marry My Husband, My Reason to Die, Our Beloved Summer, Serena, and Where Tangents Collide, I believe. After alright, we have a tier called Meh, and then after Meh, we have I Don't Know. So let me show you guys how that looks. Anyway, let's move on to our first one. Some of these comics are on Legend and Tapas, so I think I'm gonna rename this video Ranking Webcomics.
A quick note before we start ranking any of these webcomics. These webcomics cover a multitude of themes, and some of them are uncomfortable to listen to, things such as unconsensual gestures. So if you are uncomfortable listening to that, please be mindful before continuing to watch this video. On top of that, I will be delving into some spoilers, so make sure you're mindful of that as well before you continue watching.
But anyway, the one we're going to rank right now is Daytime Star. I have a lot to say about this one, and I'm going to put it in the I don't know tier. Let me explain myself. So the reason it's going to be in the I don't know tier is because of the male lead. I believe his name is Seung-hyun. I could be butchering that, but Seung-hyun, I reread it so it's a bit fresher in my mind. The reason I don't like Seung-hyun is because I think he's a red flag. Let me explain myself. Why did him and Yura get together in the first place? It really seemed like they just liked each other physically, and that's it. You know, I feel like they got together too quickly. It's not a bad thing, but I feel like we were kind of just missing that like progression between them on how they decided to form a relationship with each other. It just seemed a little rushed to me, and if I'm being honest, I think they just like each other based on their looks and whatnot, not really because of what their personalities are. I don't know, that's just my take on it. Let me preface, I know that a lot, like webtoons, they take a lot of time, dedication, hard work to just get published, and just like all the artists, all the authors, it's a lot of hard work and a collaboration to have these stories for us to read. And I'm not trying to demean those hard work at all. I'm just judging the story. These are my takes, my 2 cents, my unsolicited opinion. If you disagree, if you agree, that's you. This is my opinion. So don't feel that I'm trying to like offend you if you're like, you get what I mean. Like, I'm not trying to like demean that by any way, but as I was saying, so there's this I think that Seung-hyun likes to use his like power as like a heartthrob actor to his advantage a little too slyly, and that doesn't really sit right with me, because I remember there was this, like, when they were filming their show, I forgot which one it was, but it was where Yura and Seung-hyun were siblings, which is a little weird. I think that if like any kind of siblings in like any kind of movie got together in real life, I'd be like, weren't you guys siblings in these movies? That's a little weird. But anyways, they played siblings with each other, and I remember it was like this scene where she was watching, and her co-star, that was her love interest in the show, not him, someone else, I believe his name was Kang, she had to film a scene with him where she was like gonna do something intimate with him, I believe, and he was trying to delay her from shooting that, so he kept reshooting his scene even though it was already set by the director that it was good enough to go. Like, just think about it. Like, imagine if an actor actually did that on set and they kind of delayed everyone from progressing with the scene just because of something super petty. Like, this man is, I'm not trying to be ageist, but this man is 30. Like, try to be a bit more mature and more professional. Like, that's insane to me why he did that. Red flag number 1. Red flag number 2, it was the same show they were filming for that. Yura started to gain a lot more fandom, and I believe Seung-hyun was like gonna leave for whatever reason, and they were in their room, in her room. Like, what are those like chambers that actors chill in after shooting something? They're like just chilling for a sec. They were in that room, right? And he forced himself on her, and she's just like, not the time, not the place, dude. And he's just like, but I'm not gonna see you in 3 weeks, dude. Like, get out. That is crazy. And she's just like, fine, you in. Girl, get up. Like, no, do not stand for that. Heck no. On top of that, same show that they were filming, there was this portion in the story where Seung-hyun was kind of manipulated into buying a present for his co-star, the love interest in the show, and obviously that got like publicity and whatever, and Yura, since they were dating at the time, got that news, and she was just like, why are you buying a gift for this actress? Like, what are you doing? And he was just like, don't you trust me? Like, it's not what it looks like, dude. But not communicating how things came to be. Like, I forgot how that got resolved, but I think the co-star that manipulated him into buying that jewelry came up to Yura and was just like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know, like, blah, 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 like, if you misinterpreted. I think that's how they got it clarified. But either way, Seung-hyun should have gone to Yura and were like, it's not what it looks like, this is actually what happened. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think that happened, and it's just like, dude, like, why are you being so immature? But because of those reasons, he's a red flag to me. But overall, like, get rid of those aspects of the story. Is the story good in and of itself? Sort of. I found it a bit cringy at times, just because I feel like the premise of the story is a struggling actor meets heartthrob, they fall in love, and suddenly she becomes like, she gets thrusted into stardom with his net networking and whatnot, and it's just like, okay, but it's like finally she gets her break, and it's just like automatically she gets an award, and it's just like not really realistic in that sense. Not that I'm like it has to be realistic, but I don't know, that's just kind of my take on it, and it's kind of like a meh story to me. Not meh, I don't know, I just don't know how to feel about it. Moving on, we're going to do, I think it's called Eaternal Nocturnal. Yes. This is another instant misu story. This one is going in the, is this Splendid or Peak? I'm gonna put it in the Splendid section. Very good story. She literally eats every time she like builds her stories. The art is splendid. I think that the chemistry between the two leads is really good, and there's a lot of like external factors that contribute to like making a good story and crafting it into, you know, it's a romance, but it has aspects of like other things that like make it just, it's just so good. Something I've noticed reading webtoons is that I think artists like to draw feet a little too much, and I'm a little unsettled with that. I know it's a weird complaint, but like let me know if you think the same way. Next one that we're going to rank is Operation True Love. This is actually one of the webtoons that was like super popular and thrusted me into wanting to read webtoon and picking it back up after reading, which one was that cat one that I read during my study hall? I forgot what it was called. I mentioned it in my first video, but that I like read it, dropped it, then Operation True Love started getting famous on TikTok, and I was just like, I want to read this. And honestly, it's a romance, but there's not much romance, if I'm being honest. I think it has to do a lot with like high schooly drama and whatnot. I would say it's all right. Lots of people are saying that they don't like the time jump that is happening at the moment with like the 10-year time jump. Yeah, 10-year time jump. People are saying they don't like it. I don't mind it. I think it's not necessarily a bad thing. I kind of do want to see what happens with them when they're older, and the fact that Dohwa, am I saying his name right? Dohwa became like an idol, and then Yeonhyuk, her boyfriend, ex now, what happened to it? Oh, he became like a manager, something like that. If I'm being honest, I'm rooting that Sue gets with Dohwa, because I think the way they bumped into each other was very meet cutie of like a romance story in general, and I really hope they get together because I think they're better. I think Yeonhyuk, like after he ghosted Sue for like 10 years, what's your excuse? I know he had like issues with his father and whatnot, but it's like, come on now, what's your excuse? But overall, it's like more of a drama, I would say. There's very like sparse moments of romance between her and her love interest, another love triangle, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I have two in my peak section that are love triangles. But yeah, I'm gonna put this in the alright section. The next one that we're going to rank is called When Jasy Whistles. I don't know if I'm saying Jasy correctly, because this is like a Panamanian story, I believe, and they say Jasy different. This one is not a romance, I believe it's a fantasy, and I really liked it. I think that the story was super good. You guys know how I have a preference for romance, and the story obviously had sparse romance portions because it's a fantasy, like, I know, but because of that, I'm gonna put it in. I was really locked in reading this though, I won't lie. It's just not as fresh in my brain. I'm gonna put it in, let's put it in Splendid. Why not? Oh, I forgot to show you guys my screen. Let me show you guys how it looks so far. There we have it. Anyway, next one that we're going to rank is Hello Baby. This one is honestly very, I don't know if this is a conventional trope where it's like the main lead gets pregnant with the male lead. I don't hate it. I think it's kind of interesting, I won't lie, because it's like the male lead he's like infertile, and it's like he has that one night stand with the female lead, and suddenly they have a baby. It's like, okay, that's their rainbow baby in a sense, but I honestly liked it. I remember reading it during the summer, and it was pretty good. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in the all right section. I can't speak too much about it because it's not as fresh in my brain. Summer was not that long ago though, girl. Like, okay. Also, these are not in order based on my last video because my computer restarted, and it literally like restarted this whole ranking thing because like it just got rid of everything, so I had to put everything back, and the ones on the bottom are not in order the way they were, so I'm just going off of however I uploaded it. Next one that we're going to rank is I think it's called Derelict Favorite. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but My Derelict Favorite. This one should not be, this genre, if you go on Webtoons, is a romance. I disagree. This is not a romance. This is more like a palace affairs, more like a drama, because I think there were more moments where it was just drama stuff than romance. And it's like when you watch an anime and it's like 12 episodes in and the two characters just hold hands. That's literally like what this is giving. Not bad though, like though it's a palace affair kind of story. Yeah, I liked it. I was locked in. Pretty locked in. I'm trying to be more descriptive. I think the main character, she's such a diva. Like, what was her name? I forgot her name. Hestia. Am I saying that right? Yeah, Hestia. She's such a girl boss. I like how she's like sassy, and I honestly think the storyline is really good. It's about like how she, office worker, I believe, gets struck into a book where she saves her favorite character. And yeah, I think that's really good. I know that the second season will be coming out sometime soon, so it's like, yeah, we'll see where that goes from there. But at the moment, I'm just gonna put it in the all right section, and let's move on. Next one that I also don't think should be ranked like on Webtoon when you go to it, it shouldn't be a romance, is Villain with a Crush. That's what this one is called. This one should be an action one because, as I mentioned, like with some of these stories, there's romance parts where it's just very sparse. And it's like the majority of the story just engulfs a different genre, more action. This one is really good. I was locked in. The main character's name is Rosa Park, which is a little like, oh, okay. I like, it's another love triangle a little bit. I honestly kind of ship her with the other guy. I won't lie. I forget his name. I'll put him up here. I don't know. They had like more moments together, but yeah, she idolizes her hero who saved her. What was his name? Dorhyung, something along those lines. And it's like she has a crush on him because he saved her, and she's like idolizes him in that way, but she further gets to know him. But I haven't read this in a hot minute. I know it gets updated on a daily basis. Maybe I'll pick it back up, but I'm gonna put it in the all right section. Let me show you guys how our list ranking thing looks so far. Next one is The Martial Master Wakes Up as a Concubine. This one is really good. I'm really into one of my favorite animes is The Apothecary Diaries, and this is low-key the same vibe because it's like ancient palace affairs, and I really like that. I think that the main character, what was her name? It's not coming. What was her name? Dang. Okay, I'm not gonna dwell on that. She's such a girl boss. I like how her personality is very like, she's very playful, and she's not afraid to speak her mind. She just says whatever she wants, and she's not restricted by like manners and like a countenance of like, because she's a concubine, you're supposed to kind of be like very proper and posh and whatnot. She's so herself, and I really like that. But I will say the art style changed like halfway through this webtoon, and it kind of threw me off because I feel like the older art style had a charm to it. But honestly, it's good. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the all right section, but yeah, I liked binging this one. This one that we're going to rank, next one, Here You Are. I recently just finished this one, so it's fresh in my brain. I'm going to put this one in the, I don't know, tier. Let me explain why. Dang, the main character's names just out of my head. First of all, this is a Chinese manhwa, I believe, and it was like a manhwa in it's a completed, like, outside of Webtoon, but they started uploading it on Webtoon, and I think they sourced it from Korean translation, and they translated the names to Korean ones instead of kind of like preserving the authentic Chinese names from the original story, which I think is a little weird. Like, I feel like you would pay homage to the original and kind of keep elements of that into the story. So I think it's a little weird that they changed the character's name in the Webtoon uploaded version. That's a little strange to me. But overall, like, the main character, so he gets drunk and his love interest, love lead is not a thing. His love interest kisses him when he's drunk. I have an issue with that because it's like, you don't do that when you're drunk. You have to have the person's consent. And the main character seemed very disconcerted with that. He was just like, what are you doing? Like, get off of me. That was really weird. Why did he do that? So that's red flag number 1. Red flag number 2, I remember it was like the main character, he gets into a lot of spats with people, and it's like for valid reasons, like there's people being homophobic toward him, but he was like kind of like threatening his sexuality toward his bully, and it's like, no matter how much someone bullies you, you never really do that. And he like threatened to harass him, and that's a really big red flag. So it kind of like unsettled me with this webtoon. So I'm gonna put it in the I don't know section, and we're just gonna, yeah, we'll see what happens, but right now it's in the I don't know section. Next one that we're going to rank is My Blood Reverie, I believe. I think that's what it's called. I could be saying that wrong, but this one, I really liked the storyline. I think it was like a really mix of fantasy and romance. This is not only a love triangle, it's like a love pentagon. There's so many love interests contributed to the story, and it's actually crazy because it's like, girl, like, people want you so bad. Like, I really like her. I think her personality is great. The main character, what was her name? Dang, I'm forgetting. That's crazy. I'm really good at remembering names, but I guess I just don't remember it. I just don't remember it, guys. This webtoon is good storyline. A bit funky when it comes to the other male leads coming into the, because I think it's like, I want her to be with Gray. I remember him. I want her to be with him, and it's just like, girl, like, these external factors need to get out of the way so that you can just be with him. But I'm going to put this in the I don't know section at the moment, because what I've noticed is that the beginning of the story, the art style is very like, you can tell that someone like actually drew it, but as you progress, it just gets really good out of the blue. And I'm not trying to like accuse the author and artist of doing anything, but I think AI might be contributed into the story somehow. That's just like a little iffy to me. So it's gonna be in the I don't know section for now. I know they like uploaded on their Instagrams them actually drawing it, but to me it still looks like AI, and yeah. But I'm not trying to accuse the author of anything. The storyline is very good in itself. The art could just look just like AI, but I don't know. I think it is AI, and yeah, I just feel iffy about that. Anyway, next one that we're going to rank is one of my favorite webtoons of all time. Maybe Meant to Be. It is so good. Like, I love it so much. I remember reading it again, and it's just so good. There are times where the female lead, main character, could be a little insufferable when it comes to like communicating with her love interest, Minchul. See, I remember because this is one of my favorites. Gia and Minchul, I think they're really good together. But there are times where she's just like a little childish, but I like how it's like, yes, she's 30 and it's like she's inexperienced when it comes to romance, so it's like, of course she's not gonna know exactly what to do and how to like really communicate, but I really like how it's like a contractual marriage and they finally like turn to love each other through the contractual marriage. That's really good. I like forced proximity. I think that's the trope. Love that. And he's like nerdy, and she's like a writer. She's kind of a cool girl, and it's like, yes, like I love that. It was on hiatus for a while, and I was just like, when is it gonna come back? When is my favorite gonna come back? And it came back, and I was just like looking at my phone in disbelief. I was like, ah, it's so good. Second season, I don't really know how to feel about it because we were stranded, and now we're getting a backstory as to why Gia kind of abandoned her writing profession, and there's not a lot of romance going on with her and Minchul at the moment, and I'm kind of like yearning for that, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna get to that eventually at one point. This is going in the pink section. Next one that we're going to rank, it's gonna be in the I don't know section. Iseop's romance. Listen, this one, Iseop, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, sorry for butchering. He's very like immature, and he's like 30. Not that I'm trying to be ageist, but it's like, dude, like get with the program, come on now. And he's very forceful with the female lead at times, and it's just like, come on now, don't do that. And there's various times where she's just like, stop, enough, let's not continue, and he just keeps doing it, beside like disregarding her word, not taking no for no, and I don't really like that about him. That's why it's in the I don't know section. And also, not to mention, I remember there was this portion where they're on break and he wants to see her again, I believe, and he comes to her town and like bombards on her family plans. It's like, do not come to my town, what the heck?
I do not like this song. Santa Claus is coming to town. Do not come to my town.
What was he thinking? He's not like how your stereotypical CEO is, where he's like macho, you know? He's kind of like a loser. So I kind of like how it's like unconventional in that aspect, but those parts where he just disregards the female leads, like when she says no, doesn't sit right with me. Your smile is a trap. This is going in the splendid section. This is so good, so wholesome. You guys should definitely read it. Give it a shot. The Crown Princess Scandal. This one is really good. I really like this one. It's really binged it. Another Palace affair situation that we got going on. I'm going to put it in the... I would put it, if there was like a tier between Alright and Splendid, I would put it there. Let's put it in Splendid for now. Muse on Fame, next one. So good, such a good drama. This one is peak. Spoiler, I wanted her to get with the director. I really did. Like, I feel like yes, he was a little weird, and yes, he didn't stand up for some weird stuff that happened on set. Like, he should have just been like, okay, don't do that. I feel like they should have been together. It's such a good drama. Like, I feel like it's like, this is what a drama should be. This is how I want my drama to be, you know what I mean? Blind Prince, this one is splendid. This one is so good. I love this one. It's so good. I really want the main characters to get together, and I feel like the story progression is amazing. The art is spectacular, and it's like has a lot of fantasy elements, and it's just like, it's so good. You guys should read this one. It's so good. To the Stars and Back. This one is such a good one. It's a slice of life and a bit of a romance in one. Super good, and it's super quick though, so you'll get through it quickly. I remember finishing this in like 3 days. I finished it super quickly. Love it, love it, love it. Killer with a Crush. This is not a webtoon. This is a legend or tapas, I believe. Such a good boy love. This is going in the peak section. It has a lot of action, but the main characters, they really like solidify when they have their moments. Solidify it for me. Super good. You guys should read it. One of my favorite boy loves. It's not toxic, believe it or not. It's really good. The main characters are very good together. This one, on the other hand, Lost in the Cloud. I'm gonna put this one in the I don't know section, because there's so many times where Cirrus and Skylar got into like spats with each other, literally getting physical, and it's just like, I don't know how you can be in a relationship despite literally punching each other to the point where you're like gushing out blood from your face, and it's like, that's insane to me. Also, a lot of unconsensual things happened between them. I believe that they did apologize to each other about it, but it's just like, I don't know, I don't think you can really be in a relationship with each other like that. They're very toxic and abusive towards each other, mentally, verbally, physically, and that's why it's in the I don't know section. So I just don't know how to feel about it. I'm really iffy about it. Next one, this one is a tapas, Positively Yours. This one is gonna be in the meh tier for me. I just kind of feel like the main character was a bit insufferable at times, majority of the time, and it's just like the male lead, he's good. Why are you so mad at him for like, not mad, I don't think she was, it's not that fresh in my brain, so I'm being a little dramatic here, but she was just kind of like meh to him. She was just like, like, yeah, I'm pregnant with your baby, but it's like, I don't want you in my life, dude. But yeah, they do resolve it, but I feel like they were kind of rushed into their relationship together because of the baby, obviously. I don't know, I feel a little iffy about it. That's why it's in the meh tier. This one, Semantic Error, I don't know. This one, a lot of unconsensual stuff happened again, and it's just like, no means no. No means no. And the ending, dude, was a little strange, because it's like, main character saying woo, he kind of like, I don't know, he gets into an argument with the other guy, I forgot his name, his boyfriend, I guess, and like, he's drunk, I believe, and he like tries to get with another guy, but he's like kind of in this relationship with this other guy, so low-key he cheated near the end, and he's just like, no, you know, I changed my mind because he's not as good as this guy. Well, that was a mess. It's very messy, but I don't know, because of the unconsensual stuff. This one, Far Off. I recently finished this one too. So good. Love it. I like how the art style reminds me of Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls is peak. This one is so good. Far Off, very good. It's about two people that are on the opposite side of the war, and they're supposed to be enemies, but they realize that they're not, like, they're just people, you know? They're not each other's enemies like that. It's just the government, like, kind of that stuff. You guys should read it. Super good. This one that I recently finished, though, Honey Lemonade, splendid. Such a good story. I really like it, and I really like how gentle the love interests are with each other. But anyway, let me show you guys my list, how it looks like so far. Don't mind the ones on the bottom. Forget they exist, because I'm just not gonna rank them. I don't have time, and they're meh, okay?
I want to give you guys a summary to refresh your mind and to kind of clarify some of the webcomics that I didn't really rank explicitly out loud. I just kind of ranked it on my own and didn't tell you. I just said, I was like, oh, it's good, but I didn't tell you which one it was. So on the top on our peak tier list, we have Siren's Lament or Lament, Act Like You Love Me, Maybe Meant to Be, Muse on Fame, and Killer with a Crush. On our next tier list, Splendid, we have Reunion, The Doctors Are Out, Eternal Nocturnal, When Jasy Whistles, Your Smile is a Trap, The Crown Princess's Scandal, The Blind Prince, To the Stars and Back, Faroff, and Honey Lemonade. On our next tier, All Right, we have See You in My 19th Life, Seasons of Blossom, Romance 101, Our Secret Alliance, Lookism, Marry My Husband, My Reason to Die, Our Beloved Summer, Serena, Where Tangents Meet, Operation True Love, Villain with a Crush, For My Derelict Favorite, A Martial Master Wakes Up as a Concubine, and Hello Baby. On our next tier, the Meh, we have Positively Yours. On our last tier, I Don't Know, we have Daytime Star, Here You Are, My Blood Reverie, Iseop's Romance, Lost in the Cloud, and Semantic Error. If you're wondering what the ones on the bottom are that I haven't ranked, the red one is Only Hope, the next one is Locked Onto You, and the last one is I Thought My Time Was Up. If I'm being honest, you're not really missing out on any of these, so yeah, I'm sorry if it's your favorite. Speaking of favorites, if I haven't mentioned one of your favorite webtoons or webcomics, I most likely haven't got into it. I subscribe to a lot of webtoons that I get notified about, but they just don't have a lot of episodes, so I just subscribe to them and wait until they have a lot more onto them, and my subscriptions list is really large, so yeah, I'm just waiting for more webtoons to marinate until I can delve into reading them. But once I do, I will make a updated version of this webtoon tier ranker list.
There we have it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that my tier, though it was a bit rushed because I'm trying to speed things up a little bit, I hope you guys enjoyed it and what I had to say. If you agree, disagree, let me know. But yeah, this is our webtoon rank going on. This is how it is, and I sound so weird being like, this is how it is, you know? As always, petitions, links to my social media, my Wattpad stories are going to be in my description below. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye!